Hey guys, John here at learningguitarnow.com, and in this lesson we're going to learn a minor blues in the key of B. It's kind of Stevie Ray Vaughan influenced, not exactly like his playing style, but there's a lot of similarities in the tunes. You hear him play Tin Pen Alley in a Dirty Pool. There's also some chordal things going on that I like to do over a minor blues, using the whammy bar and whatnot. And I think it gives you a really expressive sound when you use the whammy combined with these chords like this in a minor blues. I think it's a really cool sound that you can get. Just breaks up the monotony of just playing single lines all the time. We'll go ahead and take a look at the first couple licks for free. And if you would like to gain access to the full lesson, the interactive tab, and the backing track, check out the All Access Pass. Okay, let's go ahead and start the lesson. Okay, now I'm going to break the solo down for you into 9 separate licks. This is a 12-bar blues. It's in a minor key, and we're in the key of B, using the B minor, E minor as your 4-chord, 5-chord, F sharp minor. Just standard 12-bar blues, except it's a minor blues. So we'll go ahead and start with lick number 1. Sounds like this. Okay, so for lick number 1, we're just doing some chords here. Very simple chords. One thing to take note of is I'm taking the whammy bar and just holding it with my pinky. And so it gives you this kind of wavering back and forth sound. Because even when I'm playing the chord, I'm slightly messing with it. I don't know, just the act of holding the whammy bar with my pinky gives a different sound. As I'm strumming it, first was just a B minor chord here. I'm borrowing the bottom 3 strings on the 7th fret. It's a simple B minor chord, adding that little whammy bar movement, but I'm not going hardcore down and up. I've got my whammy bar set where it's kind of loose, so I can just barely like move it like this. I don't have it real tight, and I don't have it where the whammy bar can move a whole lot. I just like to use it for just simple chord little things like this, the way I got this strat set up. It's not made for like dive bombs and all that kind of stuff. As you can see on the guitar here, the bridge is pretty flush with the guitar. So I just have it kind of loose here, so you can hear it like moving. And now I can just hold it with my pinky like this. I like to hold it not at the top, but right where the plastic and the metal of the bar is kind of connecting right there. So experiment what works for you. Everyone's different. So I'm hitting that chord. The next thing, I'm just doing this chord, sliding from 5 to 7 on the B string, and using just 2 notes. A chord does not have to be 6 notes or these gigantic chords with a lot of stuff going on. A chord can be anything more than 1 note. So 2 notes, that's a chord. You don't have to always play every single note of these large chords for it to be considered a chord. So this right here, that's just a simple B minor 7, because all I'm using is the 5th interval and my flat 7 interval. I've done established that this is a minor chord, the first one, this B minor. So I'm just playing this little small voicing of 2 chords. And sometimes you might have a piano or bass player outlining the minor 3rd, which gives us the quality if it should be major or minor. But those 2, it's just it's not really a minor 7th chord because I'm not including the minor. But since I established that we're playing in this in a minor key with this chord here, it's just a simple B minor 7 chord. The next chord, I'm just doing this. same B minor 7 up here, just borrowing my first finger. But I'm adding that fourth interval to it, so it gives it kind of a suspended sound, and it's kind of like a little bit of tension to where it should resolve at some point. It's all kind of airy sounding, these fourth interval type chords. So that chord right there, I'm just using the flat 7th, the fourth interval, and my 5th. No minor third, it's got 3 notes in this chord. Sounds really cool. Finally, I'm resolving. You can hear this wants to resolve to something. So I'm going to resolve it to a basic B minor chord here. You know, your standard B minor chord you would find here with the root on the A string. I just simply am going to use these 3 notes. It's my 5th, my root, and the minor third. And my bottom note sounds like it's ending the phrase that I've started. Bottom note on this one you got here. Bottom note on this one is the 5th. I'm striking the 7th for the last note that you're here. Bottom note on this one is going to be the 9th fret on our G string, but you can also hear slightly that 7th fret on the B string. It's the dominant note though, is that 9th fret. And finally, resolution to that 3rd fret, our bottom note chord voicing. To resolve the phrase. Just sliding in from that blues scale. Comes right from that blues scale. And I like using this form because I'm always playing B minor like this. Or like this. So you can play simple voicings like that, and it sounds like you're playing some type of a like chord melody type thing, like I did previously. We had this, and that's just simple chords. It's just I'm kind of making the bottom note of the chord have a little bit of a melody than these two. The suspended, finally the minor third on the bottom. I could go back up. I could hit this note right here, our 5th interval. Anyway, you can spend all day just messing with different chord voicings. It's not really that difficult to do. Okay, so that is it for lick number 1. Okay, lick 2 sounds like this. Okay, for lick number 2, I'm going to step into some lead lines. Pretty aggressive sound. I'm also cranking the volume of the guitar up to 10. Previously on the chord little parts, I had it on 9, which with the way I got the amp set up, 9 is a little bit clean. I put it on 10, I get more gain, the way I had the Andrews Spectraverb set up. Okay, so we're just going to stay here in the first position minor pentatonic scale. That's coming in right before our 4 chord is happening, our E minor chord. So this is simple bend up, release, and then bend that slightly, that 7. And also add a rake to that. And then on the 7th count of this bar, it's basic like SRV type thing. On the 7th count, I'm going to strike that 10 on the high E and 12. Some really wide vibrato. And on the next bar, we're going to play this little phrase. So I thought it sounded really cool to have this another suspended type sound. So the notes that I'm adding over E minor are going to be, I'm hammering on from this note, the 9th fret of the G string to the 11th fret of the G string. So I'm actually just playing 9 and 10 on the G and B and hammering on to the 11th fret of the G string. Real easy stuff. Now I like to analyze, what kind of sound is that giving me? So we got E minor chord occurring, and then I'm hammering on. That means I got this note, an F sharp, and this note here, which is an A. So once again, adding a 4th interval to our chord, that would give me this sound here. So you can play it. It's kind of like a 4th interval, and then also our 9th. So basically like a minor 9, but we're adding that suspended, that 4th interval. So basically, that's the sound I'm insinuating when I'm playing this lick. Real dreamy kind of a sound. I like using those 4th intervals, just to add them to chords. And if you just add that one chord, so you can add different chords like that as well. So that's a cool little thing you could do. E minor, add the 9th interval and 4th interval, giving us that minor 9 with a 4th sound. Okay, so that's how I like to think about adding notes like that to a chord. Just what is the overall sound that's happening when I add any of those type of notes. So in the next step, we're going back to just a standard blues lick. This thing, we're just using 2 strings to bend. Heavy vibrato, so on the G string, B string, bending those 2 up, and sliding down that 4th count here. And it's a little bit of a weird thing, but it makes a lot of sense the way it sounds. Because previously, we had this sound, and you see E minor has these notes in it. I'm playing a lick that's got these notes in it. E major sound. But it's not staying for long. And you'll hear Stevie Ray Vaughan do that a lot of times, just over a minor blues like Dirty Pool or Tin Pan Alley. He'll add that. For some reason, it just works and sounds good. You don't have to always play with the rules 100% of the time. If it sounds good, play it. So that's what I did on this. Over that minor chord, you're hearing this 9th fret, but you're not hearing it for very long. And I'm bending it and releasing it. Sounds cool to me. And the slide down there. Okay, so that's it for lick 2. Okay, well that does it for this lesson. If you would like to gain access to all the courses and lessons on the site, check out the All Access Pass. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.